Bailey Zimmerman in the studio. What up, dog?
What's up?
I know every time when I see you in interviews and talking to you or whatever on the phone or we're doing stuff, I always feel like I want to talk like you, and I come off goofy.
What do you mean by talk like him?
It's like, hey, it's like a party. Everything's a party. It's like,
you
hey,
said dog.
Yeah. What up, dog?
you
Hey,
did.
man. Hey, you too, man. And that's not the way I.
Hey, that's me. That's me.
I know. And
Do you say
it's
dog?
not me.
Do you say dog,
Oh,
Bailey?
dog is one of my favorite.
Oh,
bangers,
okay.
yeah.
I felt like it was a go-to word.
D
Yeah,
has
go to.
assimilated.
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm gonna start wearing what's that shirt you wear? What is that?
Medium.
To go.
Oh my God.
I would love to see Big D get one arm in a medium.
Golly. Medium.
Where we shop, they don't even sell mediums.
Oh yeah, no. If I find a medium where I'm shopping, something's wrong.
Something happened.
Somebody messed up.
It was a shipment failure.
Somebody messed up. It's good to see you, man. Congrats on everything. I didn't. So, is this true? Did you want to always be a singer, or did you want to do all this truck build out stuff?
Dude, I actually wanted to build trucks. That's what I wanted to do. I never thought I could be. I never thought I would be here. I never thought I'd be a singer or like an artist or
Did
anything.
you sing though while you're doing all that?
I sang in the truck. You know, I would sing in my truck, and I just thought that I could sing like everybody else. Like, you can just keep along to a song. You know, I can sing like at a concert. I'm singing with the guy, but I didn't sound good. It just, you know, sang like them. And then one day somebody told me like, hey, I think you can sing, man. And I was
Well,
like,
you know
I
what?
never thought about that.
You have a very distinctive voice. I mean, anytime
you.
a Bailey song comes on, you instantly know it's you.
Thanks.
So it works in your favor because you do not sound like everybody else.
Yeah, thanks. No, I mean, I never thought I could sing, though. I never thought I'd be singing.
But even you said singing along, the fact that you could, I don't know, hit notes, good for you, because a lot of us cannot.
Yeah, well, I thought everybody could do that. I just
No.
didn't know that, you know, I thought everybody could kind of sing along with the radio and stuff. It was actually Mitchell Tenpenny songs that I was singing to that everybody thought, man, your voice, like, you can sing. And I'm like, nah, I can't sing.
Mitchell
and then
can sing too. I mean,
Mitchell, oh my gosh.
yeah,
I
if
got
you're
to golf
singing
with him
along with
yesterday.
that, wait, are you really?
Yeah, I got to golf with him yesterday. It was,
nice.
It was amazing.
Who won?
I have no idea. I don't even know if we golfed all the holes.
Dude, he barely remembers yesterday. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
So, wow. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. So you're 20 in your early 20s, 23, 22, 21 at the time.
Yeah, I was 20 years old when I tried
20.
singing.
Okay, and so you're building people's trucks, like putting lift kits and whatever on it.
Yeah, I started a business with my brother because I was tired of pipelining and being so far from my mom and stuff that it just sucked. Like, man, I hate missing my mom. So I was trying to do something else, and I just walked up to him. I'm like, man, you do the metalworks, anything. He has his own shop anyways. That is a company called Top Notch Metalworks. And he's always just been a genius with building anything out of whatever. It doesn't matter. If you have an idea, he can build it. So I went to him and I was like, hey, man, I really don't love pipelining anymore. I don't love being away. Do you want to start trying to build lifted trucks around here and then maybe make that a part of your shop? And he was like, buddy, I'd love to. So we actually built my truck first and started putting on TikTok as maybe like an advertisement of what we can build.
Yeah.
And it started getting views. So that's when I started doing the TikTok thing, was when I first started that with him and built my own truck. And then we started the company, and I had probably 30,000 followers on TikTok at the time. And 2 days into the company, actually building another person's truck and getting paid for it, I just tried singing in that shop waiting for the parts for the truck. And that's how I learned I could, like, oh, man, okay.
And someone filmed it?
It's kind of weird, man. I actually have no idea why I ever tried. I picked my phone up because I was listening to Blackstone Cherry, Stay by them, and I was just bored. I couldn't work anymore, so I was like, man, just walking around the shop and listening to the song, and I was singing it, you know, like I do in the truck, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna put this on the toolbox, and I'm gonna try to sing. And I found this little like cigar box guitar that I couldn't play, but I just played something random. It didn't sound good.
More of a prop kind of
Right, yeah. And I just like did this cool thing, and then I just went, I sell my soul just to see your face. And then I just sang that song, and then I thought it would get girls on Snapchat, honestly.
Oh, it did.
Oh, I love it.
That's what I thought at first. I thought, man,
Yeah.
I picked up my phone and I listened to it and I was like, man, that doesn't sound that bad. Like, okay. I'm going to put it on Snapchat and maybe some girls will
hook
think
up
I
on
can
you.
sing or something. Right.
Yeah.
You know, hey, just playing the game like everybody else.
Sure.
And it did the exact opposite. Like a couple hours go by and a dude named Gavin Lucas that was from my town, I'd known him my whole life, but I didn't know him. He was a couple of years older than me. And he was like, I didn't know you sang. And I was like, well, I don't.
Right.
I just tried on this thing. And he was like, no, man, like, I really think you got a crazy voice. Like, you can really sing. Would you want to get together sometime and listen to some songs I've been writing? I've been writing since I was 15, 14. Would love to, like, just jam with you. So we called them jam sessions. And we would go to this cabin out in the middle of the woods. Our buddies owned it, and it was just like the beer drinking hunting cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And he just showed me songs, and I was like so intrigued by like how he wrote these songs. Like he wrote them by himself, and I'm like, you wrote that by yourself? And he's like, yeah, man, I just write songs. I'm like, gosh, like your songs are amazing. Like we got to get people to hear your songs. Like nevertheless, my voice, I want to get your songs heard, man. And he was like, well, if you sing them, then we can, like, that's how we can do it. And I was like,
You literally accidentally became a country star.
seriously.
That's the
Never
craziest
intended-
thing ever.
never intended. I don't know if I'd
people
call me
who
a star, but
you know, dude,
I would. Yeah.
You know, there are people that bust their butts and never make it. You backed into it just by sheer talent and everything just falling into place.
the most rock and roll way to get into country. I was trying to pick up chicks.
yeah.
And now you have a necklace that looks like it's bedazzled, but I'm sure those are diamonds. That says BZ on it.
Yeah.
Do you know that's your initials?
Yeah, that's my initials. Yeah.
We ought to play the new song.
Man, you know what, man? I want to just hang out with you and just have you tell me stories.
I love telling stories. That's my
You're
favorite part of this.
really good at it. I was captivated.
Thanks. Well, I learned how to. You want me to tell you how I learned how to write songs and tell stories and get people's attention? I've now realized why I can write songs like I do. I think my grandpa, my dad would wake me up at 6 a.m. and say, "Hey, let's go. We're going to Grandpa's the dealership we owned called Speedy's Used Cars. My grandpa's name is Speedy.
I love that.
And he's like, hey, we're going to breakfast. Every Sunday we went to breakfast with Grandpa. But before that, you went to the shop and sat in Grandpa's office with all of his old friends.
Yep.
And you just sat there and you listened to stories. And being a young person, when you went to breakfast or went and wanted to tell a story, you had to like captivate them. These people are old. They've heard all the bull crap in the world. And so I learned how to really get their attention because you had to. Like, if you wanted to be a part of the conversation, you had to tell a story like an 80-year-old man tells a singing story, commit to it.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of how I've learned to, like, capture, I guess, and get people to, like, pay attention. I don't know.
So just like the 80-year-old men, did you tell the story, the same ones every single day?
Oh, yeah, you got to tell the same stories because you might have heard it, but maybe you haven't.
Right. And honestly, I probably forgot it, but now it sounds familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Bailey has a new one out. It's called Religiously, and we're playing it for you right now. The new one from Bailey Zimmerman. We'll come back with Bailey going on. Bailey Zimmerman in the studio with us. New song out. It's called Religiously. Went from doing truck build-outs to singing a song, and then overnight it had 2 million views. That's stupid. And then,
That's awesome, man.
I mean, that's just you're the dumbest luck person I know that has talent though.
I'm
like-
blessed. It's a blessing, man. It's crazy.
Here's the thing, man. There are people out there who can sing right now, but we don't know about them
Oh, yeah.
because they're building trucks and singing, and they're not
didn't
putting
put
themselves out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I found one in North Carolina. I found a kid named Brandon Wisham. For real. I found that's one of my favorite things about this whole thing is that my mind is so open. I love finding new people. And I found this kid. He's got a song on my album. That's how I found him in a bar in a random town in North Carolina. And now he's moved here and he's writing songs for me. And for real.
Wow.
And he was just like a 19-year-old kid from a random town. And I was like, no.
So you're
Hey,
trying to
let's go.
launch his career now as well?
Oh, yeah. No, I believe in the kid. He's got a crazy voice. I found him on TikTok. It's the craziest thing. I found him on TikTok.
Okay,
like,
we found you on TikTok.
Right,
man.
right, exactly.
Why are you saying
exactly.
it's so crazy?
I just think it's crazy. I found this kid, and it was like 8 months ago, had a song on there, and I said, let me cut this. never thought about it again because I just commented it, and I didn't see anything about it. And then he comes up to me in a bar and he's like, dude, are you going to cut my song? And I'm like, what song? And he's like, dude, this one. And I was like, yeah, I'll cut that. I remember that song. I love that song. You're going to let me cut it? And he was like, yeah, you can have it. And I was like, okay, put it on my album, moved him to Nashville, and now he just writes songs full time.
That's
It's
so
sick, dude.
crazy.
It's sick.
Hey, speaking of stuff, so Carson and I are both huge Tesla fans.
Yes.
I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
and I have had a conversation about Jeff Keith and Tesla and all that before. Did anything come of, because I know he sang Rockin' a Hard Place on social media and everything. It was like, he was just like, this is the best song ever. Did anything ever come out of that?
So
Can we talk about it? I don't
Yeah,
know. Okay.
yeah.
Can we
So
talk
the-
about Jeff?
yeah, so
Can we talk about Jeff Keith? Is it okay? I'm
Is
doing
that
my
fair?
Jeff Keith impression for you right now. Shadoobie. I've seen them a lot.
Oh man, Jeff Keith. So my first concert when I was 8 years old, when my mom was Tesla. When Dad and Mom would get in a fight and she'd be real mad at him, we would take his credit card, jump in the truck, and go to the store and just spend all his money. That's what we did. But on the way to the stores, we would jam, because anywhere near our town to get to buy something, it's 30, 45 minutes to get to anywhere. So we would jam is either Kid Rock, Sheryl Crow Picture, or it was Tesla, like Modern Day Cowboy, Signs, Love Song, those songs. So I begged her to take me to this concert and up in northern Illinois. And dude, it was the craziest thing, man. I watched him rock, and it was crazy. And I was just like a massive fan from there. So when I started singing and stuff, I was like, I met this dude that knew the manager of Tesla, and he was like, dude, they love meeting people like that. Would you want to take your mom to a show? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. And so I took her to St. Louis at the pageant, met Jeff Keith and them backstage, and he was the coolest dude. Like, man, he treated us like family and just really took care of us, and like pictures. And Mom, I was fangirling, man. Like, holy cow, this is freaking Jeff Keith. And but from then on, dude, we've been like the best of friends. I'd call him and text him. We'll have conversations about what we're doing this week and that next week.
I think it's
and
time for a collab, man.
I
think
know,
that would be awesome.
We've talked about it and stuff. It's just kind of timing and when to want to do it and stuff. But man, it'd be an honor. I've told him, I called him and I was like, dude, would you ever want to do something? He's like, yeah, buddy, I'd love to do something with you, man. Just let me know what's going on. And I was like, okay, freaking great. So it's in the works.
I'm sitting at the house right now. Hey, I'm here. What you doing?
Yeah, where you at?
Come on down. All right, Bailey Zimmerman with us. The new song is out religiously, the album Religiously, and we'll talk more with Bailey Zimmerman on the way. Bailey Zimmerman hanging out with us in the studio. Having a good time?
Dude, this is a great time. Wow.
Oh, yeah?
Thanks
You say
for
wow?
having me.
A great time?
Wow.
Yeah, good.
That's what when I'm really excited about something, I just say wow.
Good.
Wow.
Well, we're excited to have you in here. We've had you on the show several times through different ways, but it's like we never have been able to get our schedules to work to where you could just come and hang. And we're so pumped to have you. Oh, by the way, I'm the worst dad ever. We were hanging out, getting some Raising Cane's, and my son was with me, and he got to hang out and talk with Bailey for a while. He's like, yeah, Bailey's cool. He's a cool dude and this and that. And then he goes, I wish I'd got a picture. I went, oh, I'm the worst dad ever. I didn't.
So it's not you.
I know. I didn't do it. So one day we're going to have to reprise that.
Yeah,
and,
you can count me in anytime, man. I mean, you can come over to the house, or I can meet you somewhere.
He has been bragging about you to all of his friends, and I think he's been making new fans for you.
Hey, that means a lot. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Word of mouth, man.
Did you say come over to the house? Is that what you said?
Yeah, come over to the house or whatever you need.
All
Yeah.
right. So now that you're into this and your career is skyrocketing and all that, who is it besides Tesla that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually at so and so's house, or so and so's at my house, or I'm playing golf, or I'm what?
I've got the craziest story for you.
Okay, well, yeah.
I've got the craziest.
Bailey
I'm so
Zimmerman's-
glad.
all I want to do is sit. We got to go camping, and y'all can get drunk and play guitar. I'll video everything with a drone and tell stories. I just want to hear all that. All right, so what's your story? Go ahead.
All right. So one night I go to Winter's Bar, and then Chad Kruger is there from Nickelback. But my management managed him, so it made sense. I was like, okay, my management's here, Nickelback's here, great. I've never met him, though, but I was like, holy cow, that's Nickelback. So I go up and we're talking, and he's the greatest guy, just he wants to write songs that night and stuff, and didn't work out, didn't get to write songs. Next day, we go to dinner with Brantley Gilbert and Jelly Roll
Oh my God.
with all of our team on this massive circle dinner, like crazy table.
Okay.
And it was really cool. Great vibe, like gangster vibe. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And Chad runs the whole thing. You know, he's awesome at like, you know, being
the
a
host.
host. Yeah, hosting. And he hosted us that night, and we're having a great time having drinks, and, you know, Jelly's smoking outside. Smells like crazy in the restaurant. It's just a great time, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know.
And Chad looks at me and he's like, hey, you got a passport? And I was like, yes. And he's like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, nothing. What do you need me to do? And he's like, all right, you're getting on my jet, and we're going to go to my house, and we're going to write songs. Get two of your favorite writers and get them, and we're going on the jet, and we're going to go write songs at my house in Vancouver. And I was like, all right, deal. Count me in. I'm in. So go home, pack, fangirling, dying, because I'm like, dude, oh my gosh, we're going to write some crazy songs. It's going to be crazy. So call Chandler Walters, which plays Steel for Ernest.
Yeah.
And Gavin Lucas, my buddy. And we get on his jet and go to his mansion in Vancouver.
Shut up.
It was the gnarliest 3 or 4 days of my life.
Wow.
We wrote for like 13 hours a day. It was so sick.
It was like boot camp, but awesome.
Just watching him, watching how he works, and getting to learn how he writes songs, because everybody writes songs. And when you've written songs like he has, you've got a straight way of writing your songs. So I had to kind of figure out how to write with him. So the 4 days was really fun because I learned so much. Like, I learned Chad loves shakers.
What's shakers?
Like those little things you hold in your hand?
Oh, yeah.
Loves them.
Shake
Loves
weights
them.
is what he likes. Shake
He likes shake weights?
So it's like I just learned like how he writes songs. I got to record in the booth where How You Remind Me and all the songs were recorded.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It
wow.
was insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you
I love
like-
Nickelback. And
Oh,
like
I
I know
love Nickelback.
there's a lot of people, because they were so exposed, that people kind of burned out on them, and it gave them a bad rap. But man, you go back and you listen to that stuff.
So good.
Every single thing they did was awesome.
Oh,
For all the hate, they still sold out every show. So
Yeah.
someone was paying for
Yeah,
him. So,
I think it's a lot of people who pretended to
exactly.
hate.
that's what he said. He said, hey, everybody can say what they want, but my show is a good show.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Hey.
yes, you are correct. Yes, this is fantastic.
What are you doing tomorrow? Do you want to come out to my pop-up camper?
Yes. And I have a passport. I can come.
Okay. You don't need a passport. It's just right past Dollar General. And
Amazing.
then hang a right. You can't
Hang
miss
it right by a TSC. You'll be good.
Yeah. We'll go
I'd
buy a
write
chicken.
songs in a pop-up. Hey, pop-up campers, I bet them are some hit songs written in pop-up campers.
You think so?
I bet.
That's where I met Ernest. Was in a pop-up camper. Ask him
Makes
that story.
sense.
Ask him that sometime.
All right.
Go, did you meet D in a pop-up camper? What's that story about?
All right, deal.
And he'll be like, because he doesn't know. He doesn't remember. Dude, it's good to see you.
Hey, good to see you guys. Wow.
And, man, congrats on everything. Religiously, the new album, the new song. Check him out and touring schedule and all that. And are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
Just a joke. I was kidding. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. He's on everything. Glad you had a good time here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is sick.
We got to get you back in. Bailey Zimmerman, everyone. Follow him on all his social medias, accounts, and check out Religiously. Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
You know what to do.